Hi there, this is Ranjit, and in this video I'll be talking about my impressions with the Nexus 6P. And I have been using this Nexus 6P as my primary smartphone for the last 3 days. And in fact on Twitter also I asked what would you like to see, and I actually got a lot of questions about that. So I've taken down about 15 common questions that I was getting on this, so I'll be answering. So this will be more of like the Q&A sessions that I do. And in fact I was not going to review this Nexus 6P, but quite a few of you have asked me, because when I got this Nexus 5X I was not happy with that, and publicly also I tweeted that it was one of my worst purchases, because at that time the 16GB model was for 32,000. Now luckily the price has fallen down to 25,000. I've already posted my review of the Nexus 5X, so you can post. So let's talk about this Nexus 6P. And yes, it's a little bit on the expensive side. I got the 32GB variant for 40,000. I've already posted my unboxing video. You can check out that for more info. And I have to say, initial impressions, the phone is very good. It feels like a premium phone, and it has to be one of the fastest phone that I have used till date amongst Android phones. And some of you have also asked me to compare it with the Note 5. This is also my personal unit of the Note 5. So I'll be comparing with that. And quite a few of you have also asked me to compare the camera performance. So at the end part of this video, I'll also be talking about the camera performance. But now let's start taking up the questions. I've just note down the questions, and quite a few of you were asking me about the battery life. This Nexus 6P has the sealed battery, which is a 3450 milliamp hour battery. And some of you have asked, how is the battery performance compared to the Note 5? I would say the battery life is actually slightly better compared to the Note 5. For example, with my usage, as you can see from this graphs, I could get a screen on time anywhere between 4 hours to 5 hours on this Nexus 6P. The best case scenario that I got with the Note 5 was 4.5 hours of screen on time. So this battery life is actually pretty good, and I have to charge it only once in a day. That's about 20 to 22 hours of the charger I have to charge it. And some of you have also asked me about the charging time. The charging is actually really quick. If you use the supplied charger that you get, it's actually a fast charger. From 10% to 100%, it took me 85 minutes to charge. So I think so the full charge will take about 90 minutes. That's the same with the Note 5, but it actually charges faster than the Note 5 because the battery capacity is slightly more at 3450 milliamp hour. So in terms of battery life, I was actually happy with it. You can get consistently over 4 hours of screen on time, and the best case that I've got till now is 5 hours of screen on time with my typical usage. Second, some of you have asked about RAM management, as this Nexus 6P has just 3 gigabytes of RAM, whereas some of the other flagships like the Note 5, OnePlus 2, etc. have 4 gigabytes of RAM. Don't worry about RAM management, it is excellent. In fact, it does perform way better than the Note 5. For example, the Note 5 has that peculiar problem with RAM management. Many of the apps, if you come back after half an hour, they get loaded out. That is not the case with this Nexus 6P. And even apps that I was working on, for example, yesterday, they are still in memory. As you can see, I was using this YouTube app yesterday, and it does not load out the app. So the memory management is excellent. You don't have to worry about it, and it is one of the most fluid Android phones that I have used till date, and that means a lot. Let's continue. Let's move to the next question. Some of you have asked me about the screen quality and the yellow tint. The screen is actually very good on this one. This actually, it's an AMOLED screen, and this screen is also being manufactured by Samsung. But if we start comparing it with the screen quality of Note 5, I would give the slight edge to the Note 5. The whites are more whiter on the Note 5. This has a slightly warmer tint, but don't get me wrong, the screen quality is very good. It is very sharp, but yes, the Note 5 has a slight edge in the screen quality. Next, some of you have asked about the in-hand feel of the phone. Is it a big phone? As you can see, and it's a tall phone, and I would say it's sort of a two-handed device in my opinion. You can operate it with a single hand, but it is sort of difficult, but it's a phablet. So if you use it with the two hands, it will be great. And in terms of in-hand feel and ergonomic, it feels solid. It feels very good in the hand. It does not feel heavy because the weight distribution, I feel, is very well done on this Nexus 6P. Let's move to the next next question. That was regarding build quality, and there are some rumors that this Nexus 6P just bends. Guys, those are just rumors. Some YouTubers have made that. What they did is that they heated the phone and then they started bending it, and it's metal, and if you heat it, it will bend. But again, I would say it's sort of rumors that should not happen in regular usage. I would suggest that you watch this video that was made by Zero Max, and guys, I trust that guy. He's a very reputable YouTuber. He does not hide stuff, so you can just watch his video. The Nexus 6 and 6P will simply not bend with regular usage. Next, some of you have asked about the heating issues with usage. I have been using this as my primary phone, as I've told you, for the past 3 days, and it's having my primary SIM, and it's working very well. And in regular usage, I did not notice any heating with the phone. Yes, it gets slightly warm with usage. That's the regular. That happens even with the Note 5. So I did not notice any excessive heating issues that I generally complain with some other phones. So it does not heat up, I would say, but yes, it gets slightly warm with usage. I did not do extensive gaming yet, so that is one thing I need to check. So let's move to the next question. Many of you have asked me about the fingerprint scanner. The fingerprint scanner is actually very good. It's here on the back. This is the actual fingerprint scanner, and it is very good. And for example, it's locked, and if you just touch it, it just unlocks immediately, as you can see. And it is a very, very fast fingerprint scanner. It is actually much faster than the Note 5. The Note 5 actually takes about half a second, but this is almost instant. And in terms of accuracy also, it is very, very accurate. I would say accuracy is almost 95% of the time. Almost all of the time, as you can see, it just unlocks. So the fingerprint scanner is actually very well done on this one. Quite a few of you have asked me about the cellular voice quality and clarity on the Nexus 6P. Guys, I'm using this Nexus 6P here in Hyderabad with Airtel 4G, and here I did not have any problems with cellular calls or clarity. The other parties, I made tons and tons of calls with this phone, and none of the other parties complained about cellular call quality. Yes, there have been some reports from basically US people that in some networks it is having an issue, but here I have tested it with Airtel 4G. That's my primary SIM, and I'm not having any cellular call quality issues with this Nexus 6P. Let's move to the next question. And some of you have asked, is it efficient compared to 4GB RAM device? Yes, it's very fluid. And again, as I've told you, in multitasking and stuff, it's way better than the Note 5, which has actually 4 gigabytes of RAM. Because this Nexus 6P does very good RAM management. Some of you have also asked about this feature. One second, guys. Oops, by accidentally I pressed it. Okay. About how is the camera performance and how does it compare with the Note 5 camera. The camera is actually very good on this Nexus 6P. I was surprised with the camera results. Obviously, most of the phones actually do great in outdoor conditions. So what I did is I took some pictures, as you can see on the screen, from both this Nexus 6P and the Note 5, and these are in artificial lighting and in very low lighting conditions. And here, as you can see, actually the Nexus 6P did far better in artificial lighting and low lighting compared to the Note 5. Even the detail is a lot more in the pictures with the Nexus 6P. In terms of flash also, as it has a dual tone flash, the picture that I took with the flash, as you can see, the colors are a lot more accurate compared to the Note 5. So in low lighting conditions in artificial lighting, I feel the Nexus 6P camera did perform a lot better compared to the Note 5. But again, I simply hate the camera interface on this Nexus 6P. It's the typical Google camera interface, and it is lacking in features. There's no doubt about it. Note 5 camera offers a lot in terms of the software. So I would suggest that if you're planning to get the Nexus 6P, invest in third-party camera software, because the camera software that is supplied by Google is holding it back, in my opinion. And guys, if you're using any third-party camera app, do let me know in the suggestions, and I'll try to actually test it out. Some of you have asked me, how useful is this Google On Tap feature? This is not exclusive to Nexus 6P. This feature we'll be getting with all phones that run on Android Marshmallow. And I haven't used it a lot. I used it only 2 times. For example, next week I'm traveling to Delhi. I got an email and I just tapped on that email and it gave me all the details about the location and a lot more info. So it can be useful at times. But the thing is, I actually didn't use it a lot. Some of you have asked about it. Does it have NFC? Yes, the Nexus 6P has NFC support. And so many of you were asking about this camera hump. Actually, the camera hump is not that much. If you look at it like this, it looks like it has a hump. But if you just look at this, there's hardly any hump, as you can see. So the camera hump is not a problem and it sits flat. In fact, the Note 5 has this camera protected out more compared to this Nexus 5X. And some of you have also asked me about USB OTG functionality. The USB OTG functionality works on this, but as it is having that USB-C type port, it's not the regular micro USB type. You have to actually get a USB-C type OTG drive, and actually I don't have it, but I checked XDA and some people say that yes, USB OTG works on it. And so these were some of the frequently asked questions about the Nexus 6P. If you have any other questions, do post them in the YouTube comments and I'll try to include them in my review. I hope you found this video helpful, and if you're not subscribed to my YouTube channel, hit that subscribe button. Thanks for watching. This is Ranjit and I hope to see you in my next video.